Welcome to the Apex, everyone. I'm your host, Zell, and of course, we've got news with an edge. And this week, it's all about steel. We got Knife Depot with another article which sheds a little more light on cold steel moving to S35VN. And then from Knife News, we've got steel choices and other matters of faith. That's an article by Nick Shabazz. And we have Will Trump's steel tariffs disrupt the knife industry. All right, well, the first two kind of go together. If you have some sort of super faith in CTS-XHP, grab the knives now or look to the secondary market because S35VN's coming. And S35VN, in my opinion and many others' opinion, is a great move for cold steel because of the availability. Crucible keeps S35VN available in large quantities nearly all the time. Carpenter's hasn't with XHP. And why? I don't know. You'd have to talk to Carpenters. It may be somebody has more huge orders for bearing steel and they just don't have time for it because it's more of a really just a knife steel. Who knows? But the availability has been kind of low, so moving over to Crucible and S35VN brings the availability up and you get a very good steel. And you also get a steel that's easier to sharpen where all the other parameters are within a margin of error of each other. You know, you could fuss about edge retention, but in the real world and real use, they're pretty close. You know, Pete's steel tests probably bear out something different. They'll tell you they're 100 off, but whenever we get up to 200 and 300, I think, we got to widen our margins of error. And the Trump steel tariff, that's something that we need to talk about a little bit. We've talked about the price of the piece of steel that's in your knife in the past, and the actual raw material price per knife moving from your average stainless all the way to your premium stainless, with the exception of a couple of outliers like S110V and maybe it was S90V. I don't remember for sure. The actual difference for a folding knife blade is usually no more than a couple of bucks, and usually it's just pocket change. So if the knife industry starts telling you that you've got to pay more because of Trump's tariffs, well, they're full of it because there's a steel out there that they can use that's equivalent to what they were using before, or use the same steel, and even if it goes up a % or two, it doesn't need to push the knife price into the stratosphere. You know, if knife prices go up $3 or $4 or $5, then hey, I understand. If they start trying to charge us $20, $50, $100 more because of the steel tariffs, well, that's a load of hockey. And sorry, Canadians, I just put hockey in a negative light, but hey, I'm from the Midwest, we don't hockey. And moving on to video, Pete over at Cedrick and Ada Outdoors has, of course, his usual major load of videos. He has the Sage 5 and the Para 3, a contest of minutia. And then he also has this one, and this is one video that you should watch just because, well, just watch it. You need to. How to not review a knife, the River Kephart 5 in 4V. Yeah, remember that one because you're going to click on it down there in the description. And then he's got a bunch of other ones, but we're moving on to Slicey Dicey, who has the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight, very long-term review. And I should probably do one of those too. I've had that Manix 2 for a long time. And he also has a Choose Your Own Adventure video for his 1,000 sub giveaway. You'll have to go check that out. And his 5 folders for $250 challenge. And that is a lot harder than you might think. I have been setting up for one of those videos, and wow. Well, it's just harder than you would think. And the birds this week have a video of the ZT-0920. They're sorry if it's a little late. And it's not that late, really, but, whatever. And Stazza 23 brings us a little knife therapy with a quick look at the Benchmade Pardue Hunter. Don't get too many fixed blades here, so I thought I'd link that one, and Stazza does a good job of showing it off. And Dr. Frunkey pulls up the lab coat this week and gets the 0462. That's that big Sinkevich design, and for some of you, that's going to be a beautiful knife. And he also has the North Arms Skaha Knife Consult, and that is kind of a neat one. He says it's CNC goodness from BC. And Luv Them Knives has gotten a hold of a wee Zephyr. He says it's smooth, sexy, and sophisticated. And I'd have to agree. And Eygene Kwon, he's hitting us up this week with dashboard review number 46. And I always have to question, what happens if Eygene has to trade in his car? And his dash doesn't have horizontal enough space to hold the knives. Are we going to start doing front seat reviews? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's accounted for that in any new car purchases he's thinking about. But, you know, it just came to mind the other day. And anyhow, for his dashboard review number 46, he's got the Liong Endeavor, another knife I need to review here. It's just been very hard for me to do. And I'll get it done, though, I promise you. And it's a very cool knife. And Jeremy of A Simple Little Life, he swings in with Viewer Knives number 23, and there's some cool ones in that video. You'll want to go look at that. And the Snuggle Bunny gets us with a zero tolerance, 0393, and I've got one of those on the way. Hopefully it's as good as everyone else is saying. And Baz on Blades has the WE 715 Ignition, and well, that's just a really cool knife. There's some issues with it that I really wish that we would straighten out, but man, is it a good design. And that's it for everybody else. And what's going on with Zell this week? Well, first off, we've got what's inside the Kaiser Feist, and we have the Best Tech Goblin full Zell review. And the other things we've got going on is I had to replace my chair because, well, I wore it out. And end of year special. End of model year. I didn't know chairs had model years, but hey, I'll take the discount. You betcha. And speaking of end of year discounts, I've been driving a 2001 GMC since, well, 2001. And, you know, it's right up there, I think. If I found that's an old picture, but I wanted it to look a lot better than it does these days. And it's been 50 and 100 and it's been 50 and 100ing me for the past, 2, 3, 4 years, and I've been really needing to replace it. But, you know, the price of new trucks, oh my lord, I just couldn't swallow it. So I kept driving it, and I had the little Mazda that I was driving whenever to try to keep miles off the truck so it'd last me longer. But this past, about a week ago, we were looking around through the little car apps and stuff, which I look through them pretty consistently, and I found this truck that should be popping up right here, and it just seemed to be priced wrong. I did all the lookup on it, and I was like, wow, that can't be right. So we went ahead and went out to the dealer and checked on it. It was not wrong. So I took the money I had budgeted for a truck, and I went ahead and bought that guy because I got it pretty much at trade-in value. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. I'm just going to count it as a blessing. But because of getting it at trade-in value, I'll be able to put a topper on it and some side steps and a few other little things that you seem to have to do to trucks these days. And so I'm excited about that. I haven't had a newer vehicle in, well, since 2001. So that's what, 18 years? Almost 18 years? Wow. So it is a 2017 Ram. It was technically used. Had 801 miles on it whenever we picked it up. I've been driving it around for the past few days, and it is awesome. Really loving it. And you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa! I forgot something. I have a project that me and a couple of other YouTubers have been cooking up for a few weeks now, and I really can't tell you everything about it yet. But very soon, we're going to have something new for you, and I really think you're going to like it, and you'll be seeing that. Hopefully, I can divulge a little more next week, and you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next week.